Netflix's Gone Girls, The Long Island Serial Killer is a three-part documentary about the killings in the Gilgo Beach area of Long Island, but it leaves out some key details. There is a lot to cover in the documentary, which starts by playing a panicked phone call from Sharnan Gilbert but expands to show even more terrifying events. The search for Sharnan uncovered several bodies buried near Gilgo Beach, revealing that a serial killer was active in the area. The timeline of Gone Girls ends with a suspect being charged, and he is currently pending trial. The true crime genre continues to grow in popularity, and Gone Girls has attracted positive reviews for being a fascinating true crime show about a lesser-known case. That said, the suspect has not been found guilty yet, which means that there will likely be more details left to uncover as the story progresses in real life. Many of the things that the Gone Girls documentary leaves out are not essential to the storyline, which is mostly focused on the Gilgo 4. Still, the details add insight into the Long Island serial killer and could have been an opportunity for a longer series. 5. Rex Heuermann's 7th murder charge. Heuermann has been charged for the murder of Valerie Mack. Valerie Mack, victim of the Long Island serial killer. The case of the Long Island serial killer is still ongoing, and the documentary was aired while evidence was still being uncovered. The addendum at the end of Gone Girls added some updated information, explaining that the Long Island serial killer prime suspect Rex Heuermann has now been charged with 7 murders. The most recent of these is Valerie Mack, who had previously been known as Jane Doe No. 6. Like most of the other women whose bodies had been found in the Long Island area, Valerie Mack was a sex worker. She was identified through advancements in forensic DNA testing and was revealed to be 24 years old, with several previous arrests in relation to sex work. Her partial remains were found in 2010 and 2011, but the Gone Girls documentary was finished before Valerie could be identified, hence the addendum. A possible disturbing theory. Sharnan's phone call implied that the killer may not have worked alone. Sharnan Gilbert from Netflix's Gone Girls. As Rex Heuermann goes to trial, he will likely be questioned about the events that have transpired and the interactions with his alleged victims. One of these encounters has offered an option that the Gone Girls documentary did not cover, while the earlier dramatized movie Lost Girls did. When Lost Girls was released, the murders had no suspect, so a possible candidate was introduced. The ending of Lost Girls implied that he could not have worked alone. Sharnan Gilbert's phone call is disturbing enough to listen to, but one detail stands out. Sharnan tells the 911 operator that she thinks they are trying to kill her. This would back up the theory that Lost Girls introduced, and, if true, asks the worrying question, who else has not been caught? It appeared that she was in the company of friends, but could also have been referring to another stranger in the house. Though Netflix's Gone Girls did not examine this theory, almost all of the Long Island serial killer's victims have been confirmed to be sex workers, and the vast majority of them are female and in their 20s. That said, there are a couple of exceptions. One of these people was discovered in 2011, and they are thought to have been dead for between 5 and 10 years. Gone Girls mostly focused on Sharnan and the Gilgo 4, and did not examine the significance of this person, whose look and style could connect Rex's internet history to the killings. Among several internet searches related to sadism and women, Rex Heuermann also looked for young Asian men. The person who was found matches this description and is known only as Asian Doe. This person is thought to be young, Asian, and male but was found wearing women's clothing. As the police are unsure whether the person was placed in the clothes by the killer or was actually a trans woman, they have released forensic sketches depicting them with both long and short hair. 2 of the most heartbreaking cases mentioned in the documentary were those of a woman known only as Peaches and her daughter. Peaches had a tattoo of a peach, prompting the nickname. A few miles away, the remains of a toddler known as Baby Doe were found, and she was revealed to be the daughter of Peaches. The documentary mentioned the two but did not cover the incredible detective work used to learn about them. The police published images of Peach's tattoo in tattoo magazines in an attempt to find the artist, who might have known her. When they managed to find him, he remembered that she was a young black woman, and accompanied by female relatives. While Peaches has not been publicly identified, the way that the police tried to find out about her was commendable, and an interesting detail that could have been featured. The ending of Netflix's Gone Girls documentary explained that Marie Gilbert tragically died during her fight for justice. Marie had been fighting to have Sharnan counted among the victims of the Long Island serial killer despite her death being ruled an accidental drowning. Gone Girls did not go into detail regarding Marie's death, which may have been due to its violent nature and potential to take attention away from the main story. Marie was stabbed to death by one of her daughters, Sarah, in 2016, during what appeared to be an episode of mental illness. Sarah suffered from schizophrenia and had reportedly heard voices telling her that Marie was responsible for Sharnan's death and to kill her. Sarah was charged with and convicted of second-degree murder, and she is currently serving a 25-year sentence in a maximum security prison.